whatever the balance will be available after purchasing or after issue of the material, that balance you're supposed to write in balance column. Whatever the balance will be having on the closing date, this will be the closing stock, that is 3000 units at 12 rupees per kg and 36,000 value. On 23rd Jan, they purchased 9,200 units at 7 per unit. So first write 1700, then write 9,200 units. So close the entry for the date. Hello everyone, I am Arun Kumar, lecturer in Department of Commerce and Management, Vidhyaashram First Grade College, the Temple of Excellence, Mysuru. Dear students, welcome to this new session on unit number 2, session 3 on the topic material costing. So let us move on to the topic. So in this particular session, we will be solving few problems based on computation of problems on LIFO method and FIFO method. So what is this LIFO and FIFO method? So LIFO is nothing but last in first out, FIFO is nothing but first in first out. It's nothing but if you are purchasing any product, you are going to sell it first in FIFO method. If you are receiving any products, if you are receiving any raw materials, you will send that firstly received raw material in FIFO method. What is last in first out? Last in first out in LIFO method, whatever the materials, raw materials you received recently, that you are going to send it first to the departments, to the needed departments. So to compute the problem, to maintain the store ledger, this is the format what we are supposed to properly follow. So format for computation of store ledger under LIFO and FIFO method. So name of material and bin number, code number, store ledger account, and whether we are preparing with FIFO method, LIFO method, that you are supposed to mention. Maximum level, minimum level and ordering level, that also we are supposed to write down. But in exam, he is not going to give this maximum level, minimum level and all. Just he will be asking you to prepare the store ledger under FIFO method or LIFO method. But this format we are supposed to write. And you are supposed to put the format. Date, receipt, issue and balance. And in receipt column, again you are supposed to make 3 columns, that is quantity, rate, value. And again issue column, quantity, rate, value. And under balance column, quantity, rate, value. So whenever you are going to purchase or whenever you are going to issue the product or the material to the department, at that time you are going to write it in issue column, right? You are going to write it in issue column. If you are purchasing, you are supposed to write it in receipt column, okay? If you are purchasing, you are supposed to write in receipt column. If you are issuing the material to the departments, then you are supposed to write in issue column, and whatever the balance will be available after purchasing or after issue of the material, that balance you are supposed to write in balance column. This is how you are supposed to maintain or follow the store's ledger account. So let us move on to solve the first problem. Problem number 1, from the following details prepare store's ledger account on FIFO method. So FIFO method is nothing but first in first out. So method, that is Jan 2010. Opening stock at rupees 10 per kg. Yes, on 1st Jan 2010, opening stock is 1000 kgs. The opening stock is 1000 kgs at rupees 10 per kg. Next, on 20th, they purchased 6000 kgs at 8 rupee per kg. And on Feb 5th, they issued 3000 kgs. And on Feb 10th, again they purchased 9000 kgs. And on Feb 12th, they issued 6000 kgs. Feb 20th, again they issued 1500 kgs. And Feb 25th, again they issued 2500 kgs. So how to solve the problem? So first we are supposed to put the format. I hope all of you already know the format. So computation of store's ledger. Next, name of the material, bin number, code and store's ledger account. That is we are preparing under FIFO method, and maximum level, minimum level, ordering level. And now put the format, date, receipt, issues and balance. So again under receipt, quantity, rate, value, and issue, quantity, rate, value, and balance, quantity, rate, value. On 1st Jan, what is the entry we have? On 1st Jan, opening stock we have, right? Opening stock we have. So opening stock, always we are supposed to show it in balance column. So what is the opening stock we have? We have 1000 kgs. What is the cost? 10 rupees per kg, and value is how much? You will get 10,000. What is the value you will get? Rupees 10,000. So opening stock always we are supposed to show in balance column. So what is the balance? Opening stock we have 1,000. We have 1,000 quantity. Next 10 rupees per kg. And what is the total value? It is rupees 10,000. And what is the next entry we have? So the next entry is we have on Jan 28th. So what is the entry on Jan 28th? It is purchase. Purchase of 6,000 kgs at 8 rupees per kg. Okay. Purchase of 6,000 kgs at 8 rupees per kg. So on Jan 20th, you are purchasing. So where you are supposed to show the entry? You are supposed to show the entry in receipt column. You are purchasing 6,000 kgs, 8 rupees per kg, and total value comes to 48,000. And now you are supposed to show it in the balance column. So first you are supposed to show the old balance, that is 1,000, because that is the first in item. So 1,000, 10 rupees, 10,000. Next 6,000 units, that is recently purchased. 6,000, 8 rupees and 48,000. So here close the entry for the date Jan 20th. And what is the next entry we have? It is on 5th Feb, issued 3,000 units. Yes, on 5th Feb, we issued 3,000 units. So where we are supposed to show the issue? We are supposed to show the issue under issue column. So first issue this 1,000. First issue this 1,000. So we issued 1,000, the rate 10 rupees and total 10,000. Still how much we are supposed to issue? We are supposed to issue 3,000. We are supposed to issue 2,000. So 3,000 we are supposed to issue. In 3,000 we already issued 1,000. Still how much we are supposed to issue? We are supposed to issue the remaining of 2,000. So issue this remaining 2,000 from this 6,000. From this 6,000. So in 6,000 we are taking 2,000 units. What is the cost? 8 per unit, and total comes to 16,000. What is the balance we will be having? We will be having 4,000, because we already issued this 1,000, and in this 6,000 we issued already 2,000. So remaining is 4,000 units, 8 rupees per unit, and value comes to 32,000. So close the entry for the date 5th Feb. Next, what is the entry? The next entry is 10th Feb. 10th Feb, purchased 9,000 kgs at rupees 12 per kg. So here 10th Feb we purchased 9,000 kgs at rupees 12, and rupees 1,08,000 will be the value. And where we are supposed to show this value? We are supposed to show the value in balance column. First we are supposed to show the value of 4,000, 8 rupees per unit, and 32,000 will be the value. So which value is that? That value is the previous one. Here you can see on 5th Feb we have the balance of 4,000 units. The same one we are showing here on 10th Feb. So first show 4,000 balance. Next show the recently purchased 9,000 balance. So what is the price we purchased? We purchased at 12 rupees per kg. Next on 12th Feb we have an entry on 12th Feb. So what is the entry on 12th Feb? Issued 6,000. Issued 6,000 units. So here we have 4,000. So first issue this 4,000. Okay, first issue this 4,000. Still how much we are supposed to issue? We are supposed to issue 2,000. So issue this 2,000 from 9,000. Issue this 2,000 from 9,000. What is the balance we have? We already issued this 4,000, and in this 9 we already issued 2,000. Remaining is 7,000. So what is the value? 12 rupees. You will get 84,000. Close the entry for that day. Next one, 20th Feb. 20th Feb. Again we issued 1,500. So issue 1,500 from this 7,000. Issue 1,500 from 7,000. You will get balance 5,500. 12 rupees, 66,000. Again on 25th Feb. How much you issued? You issued 2,500. So issue 2,500 from 5,500. Balance you will get 3,000, and the value is 36,000. So for 25th Feb the entry will be closed. So value of closing stock is 3,000 units at 12 rupees, and total value comes to 36,000. That is, whatever the balance we will be having on the closing date, this will be the closing stock. That is 3,000 units at 12 rupees per kg and 36,000 value. So this is how we are supposed to solve the problem. So next, moving on to the next problem, problem number 2. Yes, in this problem also we are supposed to find out the stores ledger under FIFO method, that is first in, first out. So from the following, prepare stores ledger account as per FIFO method. As 2009 Jan 1st, opening stock is 8,000 units at rupees 4.5 per unit. So what is the opening stock on 1st Jan? It is 8,000 units at rupees 4.5 per unit. And on 4th Jan, purchased 1,000 units at rupees 6 per unit. Next, on 7th Jan, issued 4,800 units. And on 10th Jan, they purchased 10,000 units at rupees 6 per unit. And on 13th Jan, issued 7,500 units. On 17th Jan, issued 2,000 units. And on 21st Jan, they issued 3,000 units. And on Jan 23rd, they purchased 9,200 units at 7 per unit. On Jan 27th, issued 5,900 units. So by using this information, we are supposed to prepare stores ledger under FIFO method, that is first in, first out. The format will be the same. So what is the opening stock on Jan 1st? On Jan 1st, opening stock is 8,000 units at rupees 4.5 per unit. Total value comes to 36,000. Next, on Jan 4th, we purchased 1,000 units at rupees 6 per unit. Total value comes to 6,000. So now you show the balance here on Jan 4th. So first to show the old balance, that is 8,000 units. So 8,000 units, then write the newly purchased one, that is 1,000 units, and close the entry for the date of 4th Jan. And on 7th Jan, what is the entry? On 7th Jan, we issued, how much we issued? We issued 4,800 units. So you issue 4,800 from this 8,000. Issue 4,800 from this 8,000. Again, what will be the balance? The balance will be 3,200 units, 4.5 per unit, 14,400, and 1,000. The same we will be writing, because in 8,000 we issued 4,800. What will be the balance in 8,000? 3,200. Right, next 1,000 units. Next, on 10th Jan, what is the entry? The 10th Jan, the entry is purchased 10,000 units at 6 per unit. Value comes to 60,000. So now here show the balance. Show the balance. 3,200, 4.5 per unit, 14,400 will be the value. And here, that newly purchased 10,000 units and this balance of 1,000 units, we are writing it together. Okay, totally 11,000. Why we are writing it together? Because both the units cost the same rate, that is 6 rupees per unit. So that is why we are writing it together. Next, on 13th Jan, what is the entry? They issued how much? 7,500 units. So first issue 3,200 units. First issue 3,200 units. Still how much we are supposed to issue? To issue 7,500. Still we are supposed to issue 4,300 units. So issue this 4,300 units from 11,000. Issue 4,300 from 11,000. So 4,300, 6 rupees per unit, total 25,800. So what will be the balance? We already issued 3,200. In this 11,000 we issued 4,300. The balance is 6,700 and value 40,200. Next, on 17th, what is the entry? Again on 17th, we issued how much? 2,000 units. We issued 2,000 units. So issue 2,000 units from here, from 6,700 units. So if you issue 2,000, what will be the balance? 4,700. The balance will be 4,700 units. Again on 21st, what they did? They issued 3,000 units. So from here, they are issuing 3,000 units. What will be the balance? 1,700 units. Balance 1,700 units. On 23rd Jan, they purchased 9,200 units at 7 per unit. So first write 1,700, then write 9,200 units. So close the entry for the date. Next, 27th Jan. 27th Jan, they issued, how much they issued? They issued 5,900 units. So first issue 1,700 and then issue the remaining 4,200 from this 9,200. So what is the balance? This is clear. In this 9,200 we issued 4,200. Balance is 5,000 units and 7 rupees per unit, 35,000 will be the total value. So what is the closing stock we have? We have 5,000 units at rupees 7 per unit and the value is rupees 35,000. So this is how we are supposed to solve the problem. Next, moving to the next problem, problem number 3. From the following details, prepare stores ledger account under LIFO method, that is last in first out. So date 1st April 2009, opening balance 800 units, rupees 4 per unit. Next, purchases, that is on 3rd April they purchased 1200 units and on 8th April they purchased 750, 15th April they purchased 1500 and 24th April they purchased 700 units. Issue on 2nd April they issued 600 units, on 5th April issued 1000 units, on 12th April they issued 800 units, on 20th they issued 1200 units, on 26th they issued 800 units. So here the purchase and issue is given separately. In this problem, purchase and issue is given separately. So first you have to look into the date. According to the dates you are supposed to solve. So you can't solve purchase separately, issue separately. As per the dates you are supposed to solve. For example, on 1st April we have the opening stock like 800 units. After that, that is 2nd April they sold 600 units. Then the purchase will come, that is on 3rd April. So like that you are supposed to solve the problem according to the dates, according to the transaction. So yes, on 1st April, what is the opening balance we have? 800, 4 per unit and 3,200 will be the value. On 2nd April, what they did? They issued 600 units. So from this 800 you are issuing 600 units. What is the balance? 200, right? So write down this 200 balance. Next, on 3rd April they purchased 1200 units. So 1200 units at 4.25. So first here you write 200 units, 4 rupees per unit and 800 and 1200, 4.25 and 5100. Next, on 5th April they issued 1000. So issue 1000 and write down the balance. So we are issuing this 1000 from the recently purchased one. So which is the recently purchased? 1200. So from 1200 issue 1000. What will be the balance? The balance will be 200 and the old balance 200. So total 800 plus 8,850. So close the entry for that date. Next, on 8th April they purchased 750 units at 4.3. So here 200 balance we have, again 200, now 750 balance. Again on 12th April they issued totally 800 units. So first issue recently purchased, that is 750 units. Okay, lastly purchased, which is the lastly purchased? That is 750. So first issue this 750 and next issue the remaining 50 units. So the remaining 50 units you are supposed to issue from here, that is from this 200. So issue 50. So now what is the balance? The firstly purchased 200 we have and from this 200 the balance of 150. Okay. Next, on 15th April. So what is the entry for 15th April? 15th April they purchased 1500 units. So now write 200, 150 and recently purchased 1500 units. Next, on 20th April they sold 1200 units. They issued 1200 units. So issue this 1200 units from this 1500. Okay, issue 1200 from the recently purchased 1500 units. So now write down the balance 200, 150 and from this 1500, 1200 is issued, remaining is 300 units. Easy. Next, 24th April purchased 700 units at 4.40. So write down this balance first, that is 200, 150 and 300 and next write 700, that is recently purchased. Next, on 26th April we issued totally 800 units. In that first issue recently purchased 700 units, then issue 100 units from this 300. Okay, and now the balance. So 200 we have taken, 150 we have taken, from this 300 we issued 100. What is the balance? 200. Yes, we have taken. So next you write the closing stock at the end. So this is how we are supposed to solve the problem under LIFO method, that is last in first out. Next, moving on to the next problem, that is fourth problem. Prepare a store's ledger account from the month January 2010 under LIFO method, last in first out, from the data given below. So on 1st January, what is the opening balance? The opening balance is 1250 and units at rupees 27 per unit. Next, on 2nd Jan, they received 800 units, that is purchased. On 18th Jan, again they purchased 1000 units. On 30th Jan, again they purchased 400 units. And 3rd Jan, they issued 1000 units. On 11th Jan, they issued 800 units. On 14th, they received some return. Yes, they received some return. Next, 23rd Jan, they issued 600 units. And 31st Jan, they issued 400 units. So by using this information, we are supposed to solve the problem under last in first out method. So the format will be the same. Yes, on 1st Jan, what is the entry? On 1st Jan, opening balance. So what is the opening balance? 1250 at 27 per unit, totally 33,750. Next, on 2nd Jan, what is the entry? Purchase. How much? We received. How much? 800. So first write 1250 and then write 800. Next, on 3rd Jan, what is the entry? 3rd Jan, we issued. How much we issued? 1000. So first issue 800. That is recently purchased, lastly purchased. And issue the remaining 200 from 1250. Issue 200 from 1250. So now the balance here will be 1050 because we already issued 800. And from this 1250 we issued 200. What is the balance? 1050. Next, on 11th Jan. So what is the entry? Issued. How much we issued? 800. Issue 800 from this 1050. So now what is the balance? We issued 800 from this 1050. Balance 250. Okay. Next, 14th. Return. Yes, 14th. What is the entry? Return. Returned 100 units which is issued on 3rd Jan. So whatever the item we issued on 3rd Jan, in this 100 is received back. So on 14th we received 100 units from the department. So that we are supposed to show in the balance column. So 250 plus 100. So on 3rd Jan we issued, see this one, 200 units which cost 27 per unit. So here also we have 250 balance which cost 27 per unit. So 250 plus whatever the return we received 100, totally it comes to 350 because both cost same per unit. That is why we are totaling it together. 350, 27 per unit, 9,450. Okay. Next, 18th. Again we received 1000 units at rupees 23 per unit, totally 23,000. So 350 balance plus newly purchased 1000. So on 23rd, issue of 600 units. So issue 600 units from recently purchased of 1000 units. So you issue 600, the balance 350 you are written here, and in this 1600 is issued. What is the balance? 400. Write down the balance of 400. Next, on 30th Jan you purchased 400 units. Okay. So 350 plus old balance 400 plus newly purchased 400 units at 21 per unit. Next, on 31st you issued 400. So issue this newly purchased 400 which cost 21 rupees per unit, and write down the balance, this 350 and this 400. So this is how you are supposed to solve the problem under LIFO and FIFO method. So with this, I am going to wind up this session. I'll come up with few more new topics in the upcoming session. Until then, thank you all. Have a nice day. Namaste.